Hello and good evening, or good evening is for me over in the UK. This is a game by the name of AV. It is by Magic Spell Studio. Not a lot of information about it. It was in Steam Greenlight, and the demo that you're seeing me playing right now is available at avthegame.com. It appears to either VSync or cap the frame rate at 60. If it is just a hard cap at 60, then there's not much you can do. If it is a VSync that is applied, then it should cap at 120 or 144, whatever your refresh rate is, but I'm not sure which it is, so I can't really advise there. It has one of those pre-game launchers where you have 6 custom levels of graphical fidelity: fastest, fast, simple, good, beautiful and fantastic. I, of course, am running it on fantastic at the moment. The game only seems to support a resolution of 1920 by 1080, nothing higher. It might support higher, but for me, my native resolution is 2560 by 1080, and it's only letting me select up to 1920 by 1080, so that might also be a concern for some. So I haven't played any of this at all. This is entirely new for me, so we're just about to jump in sight unseen, really. It apparently does support controller as well. I am using the keyboard, or going to attempt to use the keyboard at the minute. Should that fail, I may scrap this and come back with a pad. So, cycle, set, Q, forward, back, left, right, okay, get that. So just cycle, set, ping is E, skip cutscene R, that's nice to have. Help, jump, everything seems to make sense so far. Instrument 1 and 2, yeah, this involves music somehow. We'll discover.
I often stop to reflect on how I became who I am, which I guess is something special in itself. After all, most computer programs never bother to ask those sorts of questions.
Just an FYI, the
Of
frame
course,
rate's
most
like
of them
40
never
here
bother to ask questions at all.
in the cutscene.
I mean, in all honesty, there's no reason a music processing algorithm like me should have been able to gain sentience. Now, as long as I'm telling you this, I suppose I should back up a bit and go over exactly what brought me here. Let's just start with the basics. I am a piece of software. I exist in a purely digital form. I do not have a body or a physical form of any kind. With that being said, I look like this. This is my theoretical representation within the digital world. Don't ask me how any of that works, but this is definitely how I've always imagined myself looking to other computer programs. I know digital programs don't actually look like anything, but this is what I look like. Now, it's worth mentioning that those of us who live in the computer interpret our world in different ways. We interface with our world using special nodes called broadcast pylons, which translate data into forms we can understand. Geometric calculators see the world as a series of distances and angles. Optimization protocols see the world based on concentrations of computational activity. Being a music processing algorithm, I interpret my world entirely through the use of sound. To me, each sound has an impact on the world. Each sound generates its own unique properties, and all of those sounds build together to form a glorious symphony of gloriousness. For lack of a better term, I use sound to see in my computerized world. Now, I feel it's important for you to know that before we move on, because what I'd like to do now is share with you a little adventure I had recently. It's this adventure that helped me figure out who and what I am. I suppose it basically started when the computer cut off my access to all the broadcast pylons in the world. I had to figure out where I was and how I could get out of, well, as they say, show, don't tell. So here we go. Dig this fancy dramatization I mocked up. Since I could only interpret my world through sound, I needed to make sure I had access to some ways of generating sound. My most basic tool for this was the ping, just like in a submarine, though I suppose not quite. The ping traveled through the air, and then, on impact with the surface, detonated and let out a nice long pulse of sound that gave me a good way of seeing the world. Or hearing the world, but, I see the world by hearing, or or whatever. We computer programs don't have a very accurate grasp of the senses associated with physical beings. I mean, it's all just simulated anyway.
Right, okay, now we're back to 60. And, okay, so E to ping. Oh, I see. So, before we go any further, I really need to drop that mouse sensitivity because that is super, super sensitive. That's a lot better. There we go. Right. Okay, those are left and right mouse buttons making those beats. So let's ping again and see where the hell we need to go. What's over here?
Back when I'd originally left my sound driver, I brought along with me a set of musical instrument sounds I found in the databanks. During my whole panic episode, I sort of left them lying around, so I had to go back and pick them up. My instruments, which came in sets, expanded the capabilities of my program, allowing me to interact with the world in new and different ways. My first set of instruments was based around energy. 2 instruments, the initiator and deactivator, feeding from a common power source. The initiator turned things on, and the deactivator turned things off. Simple as that. Except I should probably mention that using one of them would drain power from the other. But that's not really important right now. I'll just mark it off in the notes somewhere. I won't waste your time. Even though I'm sure you love listening to my soothing voice.
Yes, indeed. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm totally lost. Lightning bolt to ball thing, that's the left click, and the bottom one there is ball to lightning bolt is the right click, and it's doing nothing as far as I can tell. Unless it's done something out here, something's moving. Ah, platforms, okay. I don't think they were moving before, so... How are they here? Oh. So I can't just jump up there, or at least it would appear that I can't just jump up there because... Oh. Okay, I did not see that before. Now it makes sense. Now I can access that platform.
My next set of instruments dealt with immobilizing things. First off was the freezer, which, as the name implies, it, freezes things. If something moves, the freezer can stop it, for a while. Each time I used it, though, it took time to charge back to its full level. So the amount of time it could freeze anything depended on how full of a charge it carried. As for my other immobilizing instrument, well, I hadn't found it yet, so we'll get back to that in a minute.
So I assume... No. Okay. We want to try and stop this platform above us so we can catch up to it. Again, hell. Right, so that's a bit awkward, so we want to stop it at the right time. Right, so let's switch back to our thing. Come on, lower the platform. Ping so we can see, and take me up. So, jump onto this. I need to see, so let's ping Freeze that. Please take me up. Please take me up. Please take me up. There we go. Ping so I can see, and hello. I don't jump. Yeah, I'm entirely lost at this point. And we're back. Right, so basically what happened is you appears you were supposed to actually jump down after all, and if we go back the way we came to the original, come on, ping so I can see, this door is now open, so we head into here and can't see a thing. Just check what's along here, and up the green stairs maybe? Don't know what that was.
My third set of instruments dealt with changing the properties of surfaces in the world. When fired into a floor or a wall, they'd each generate a small pocket I could pass over to temporarily gain new abilities. The elasticity increase made a surface bouncier, giving me the ability to jump higher, and also the ability to bounce off of the surface while I was airborne. The velocity increase gave me the power to move faster and to climb up steep slopes.
So that makes me run faster, but I want the jumpy one, don't I? So this should make me jump up here, right? Hey, hey! Right, okay, I see. So, hey, there we go. Try another jumpy. Yeah, I need the speed one. Oh, poopy. Right. Okay, so drop speed and a jump at the same time. There we go. Right, okay. Just speed for some reason. Okay. So I mean, it appears we've activated this now. That's how it seemed to work before. So now we just need to get out of here. So let's run. And let's see where we are. And another runny.
You remember I said I'd get back to that other immobilizing instrument? It's called the Scrambler, and it can be used to temporarily disrupt things. And when I say disrupt, I mean blind. And when I say things, I mean sensors and detectors. It's actually a terrifying experience for whatever's getting blinded, but since I was the one doing the scrambling, I just found it hilarious.
Right, so at this point I think we're going to leave it here because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. This is super confusing and melting my brain at this point. I'm doing a terrible job at demonstrating this, so I might try and play a bit more and see if I can get a grasp of what the hell is going on. And if I can, I will then show you it. This, whatever that is, appears to be either bugging out or is just a lighting effect, because I know if I ping it disappears. It's something beyond the wall. So I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. So yeah, that's me done here for now, and if I do manage to get a grips to it, I may come back with a video that just explains how everything works rather than just simple demonstration. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you again. Miss out. I don't know if I told you, but it really is this dark. You just have to ping all the time in order to try and keep any light up. You just can't see anything. It's just jet black unless you ping. Bye.